Hi everyone, we're in an event, so we're going to hold off just until I'm in. So I'm trying to get myself pulled up here. Guess I'll refresh it again. Okay, let's see if I'm on now. There we go. Just so I can see comments, because you know how that's been going lately for me. This has been crazy. I've had such an issue with this app. So say hi when you're on. Hi, Yvonne. So as soon as I see that I'm in, we'll get started. So this has been a fun event. I've been watching, but I'm not allowed to comment. For some reason, they won't let me comment. For months, I've had issues with this stupid app, and I'm tired of them. So, I know I'm not the only one, because I've seen other people saying that they're tired of this mess too. Hi, Gia. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. I'm Jenna with Apple Dolly Creations. There's no header on my page because the FB wouldn't allow me to put it up there. So I typed, yeah, you've been there. I've had such issues for months with this page. I don't know. Now I'm not allowed to comment. So, so we've had a lot of great things. We started off at 1 o'clock with Rustic Daisy, and that's Renee. So what I'm using, this is a spring decor event. I'm using this bunny wreath, and it has chicken wire in the back. So y'all know I'm a sewer. I really don't do a lot of wreaths. So every once in a while I toy around with them. So those of you that are wreath makers, give me grace. So we're going to set this aside, and I'm going to show you how I made the carrots that we're going to hang off of this. So these are from Dollar Tree. They're a treat bag. So we're not using this green and white fabric, but we are going to use the ribbon. So we're going to cut that out. Get the right pair of scissors. When you're a sewer, you have sewing scissors and then you have crafting scissors. And you can't use one for the other. So let's get this pulled out, because we're going to use this ribbon. So I'm just going to clip off these knots and yank. There's 2 ribbons in here, one to pull each direction. And we're going to cut this polka dot fabric off. So if you have a fabric stash, throw this in there, because around here we do not throw any snippet of fabric away. I'm turning it inside out so I can see the seams, and we're going to cut these seams off. So we're going to end up with 2 pieces. Now you can just use a piece of burlap, because that's what this fabric is almost like, and cut out a carrot shape. But when we moved, I found all kinds of things that I didn't know I had. So we have 2. We're only going to use one for this. Now this also has an interfacing, and it will pull right off. So remove that. So we're just left with this. And we're going to glue this back together. I just happened to think, oh no, did I plug that in? Because I've been known to not do that. So I'm going to roll this. I have glue on the one side, and I'm going to start down here at the point, and I'm just going to roll this over onto itself, just to make a tube. And if it comes out a little wonky, just trim it up, because mine on the other ones did too. So we have a carrot, and we're going to stuff it. Oops, there's a part there to get, there we go. It didn't get glued. So I'm not seeing comments up there, so let me look. That's why I have my phone here. Hi, Nia. Hi, Donna. Hi, Julie. Thank you all for being here. Hi, Cheryl. Jody. I really appreciate you all being here. For those of you that were on earlier, I was there with you. But as I said in the beginning, I'm not allowed to comment. I don't know why, what I did. So maybe FB will go start picking on someone else and leave me alone. It's been months. So I'm just going to push this down into the tip. So out of one, you get 6 or 8 of these treat bags in a package. So when you cut them in half, you have a whole bunch of carrots because you get 2 out of every treat bag. Hi, Jan. Hi, Joanne. I'm very happy all of you are here. So I'm stuffing this really, really firm. Now this is upholstery stuffing, and it's mixed in with regular because I just threw it all together in a bag. So this is a little bit of all kinds of stuffing in here. But I had just a little bit of upholstery stuffing left. And because it's brown, it doesn't show through that, the weave of that burlap. So we're going to go almost to the top. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Okay. So I'm about 1.5 inches from the top, and I'm going to stop. Oh, you're fine. Organize your craft shed. And I have instant coffee in here, and we're just going to spray this down. This stains really well. So stain it down really well. And then I'm taking cinnamon and putting it right over the top. And that's going to look like they just came out of the ground. And I'm just going to work it in. Now we're not going to dry this because I have some already done. And when they dry, this is what they turn out like. So then all I did was took some of this grass stuff. I pulled one of these apart and just took a little bit, shoved it down inside, and then used my green ribbon that we took out of the top and tied it off. And that's what we got. See the green ribbon? And I grunged it also. And I just took parts of this grass and stuck it in the top and made a bunch. So we're going to set this aside and let it dry. And wipe my hands. So that's how I did the carrots. Okay, so we're going to the wreath. And I have a piece of, this is part of a styrofoam ball. I still have not come across my floral foam, but this is what we're using. Hi, Dawn. Thank you. Yeah, these turned out really, really good. But they're the perfect size carrot when you cut one of those bags down. So you get 2 carrots. So I am just putting a generous amount of glue there to hold my styrofoam in there. thank you. Yes, they do look amazing. Hi, Sheila. Oh, I'm glad everyone's getting their box of stuff early. I'm glad. So we're going to hold this. I had a sale last Saturday. Okay. So I have all kinds of florals sitting here. What I'm going to use, I don't know yet. So we're going to put this together as we go. So I have some Easter eggs. A whole bunch. These are glittered. I'm not even sure where I got those eggs, because if you know me and glitter, we don't get along at all. So I found these really pretty roses. They're orange, but they've been grunged. And you know, if you take your fake flowers and you roll them in your hand really hard, it fluffs them up. So, and this, I'm not sure what it is, but we're going to use a little bit of that. So I'm pushing my leaves all the way to the top. Let's see, I got some yellow ones. I don't know how many we're going to need. But we'll take out of here, and then we can always put it back. I've already done this once to a whole bunch of these, but I don't know which ones I did it to. So here's a pretty mauve. So we're going to start with those. And I have other stuff over here, so let's cut all this down. Because we don't need these really long stems. We need very short. Let's see. Let's do an orange. So I'm cutting these at different lengths. So Gia, this has been a very nice event. Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, just rub it and it fluffs it all up. So if you're like me and store your florals in a box, they get smashed. You can also dampen them a little bit and do that, and then the moisture gets down inside it really quick. They fluff right up. Hi. Oh, Andrew, you're going to a dance tonight. Well, I hope you have fun. Hi, Dorothy. So let's put all this up here. Now, these roses have a lot of greenery, so I don't think I'm going to be adding any more, but I am moving the greenery to the back of the rose. And I'm not making a big arrangement because I have a bow yet to put on her. I'm not sure what these are. Some kind of a grass. Andrew, what is your question? Keep it nice. See what else I have over here. Now, I have no idea where I got these flowers at. because like I said, I found all kinds of stuff when I was unpacking and packing. Andrew, be nice. I'll block you. Let's stick some of these coming down the front. Oh, thank you. Yeah, these are beautiful roses, but I have no idea where I got them from. So I'm making it really close. Let me cut this one down some more. Well, Kay, it's not a nice word. He hops on all of our videos every once in a while, and sometimes he gets a little out of hand. I don't know, Donna. Thanks, Yachty. Hi, welcome. So up after me is the Crafty Fox by Tamara. So I hope you all can hang in there and continue watching. I will, and all of you that are up after me, I will watch you. I just cannot comment. I'm being punished. I don't know why, what I did. It would be nice if they tell you, but they don't. Well, I just pulled that completely apart. Probably won't be, yep, I can get it back together. That's all I can do. You know, Kate, it could have come from my U-Haul stash. For those of you who don't know, I used to work at U-Haul. I took care of all the storage units. And when people left things, and people left a lot of crafting stuff, I would bring it home. And when we moved here, I cleaned out my storage unit because I'm no longer working. And so I've been going through stuff out in the garage, and it's like Christmas. I'm trying to empty the garage so my poor husband can have it back. He hasn't said anything. He's such a blessing. But I know he wants it back. Let's see, what do we need? Maybe another yellow. Some of these stems are really, the wire just does not want to cut. So I'm glad everybody is receiving. I know. It really honestly is, Jan. It really, really is. If you would really see the stuff that goes in those auctions, it would blow your mind. The stuff that people leave behind. And sometimes they don't lose their stuff. They walk away from their unit. Hi, Celia. Andrew, that's enough. So that is what we have so far. So I don't, maybe we need a little greenery. Oh, that's a good idea, Julie. Let's see. Let me see what we're working with here. Okay, let me get some more greenery. I'm cutting all my greenery off of these long vines I have. Yeah, I decided to retire, quit working. I've already been retired, but I just decided to quit working again. Stay home, focus on Apple Dolly, getting my house together. Wow, some of these do not want to cut. And eventually I will have this room put together. This is the last room I'm working on. I got a phone call. Okay. Just some of these. So with these carrots, whoops, one come out of the bundle. I tied them together with a really heavy jute that I also coffee stained. Those are glued in, and I just tied a simple bow. So I can't get this one back in, so we're just going to glue it to the back. I know, Julie. I know. Andrew's been on my page for several years, off and on. He shows up every once in a while. Hi, Julie. Hi, Kathy. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. Thank you. I can't tell you where I got them because I don't know where I got them. So if you're new to me, my name is Jenna and I live in Middle Georgia. I'm originally from Pennsylvania. Okay, there's our bunch of carrots. So what I thought I would do is work these up through the flowers and hang them down the front. Maybe. Everything is subject to change. So I don't know what that will look like. I have a bow also. I think that will be cute, huh? What do y'all think? And I have eggs too that we could put. So it is 70 degrees out today. I am absolutely loving it because we were so cold. Thank you. We were so cold, and then our furnace quit working. Let's see, maybe I'll leave, I have a loop on the back of these just to hang these. Maybe I'll leave that loop on and attach it here. It looks good to you? Thank you. So I'm just going to work these up through here. We may not even need that bow. Rearrange some of these flowers. Yeah, it's been like Christmas week since I cleaned out my storage unit and threw everything in the garage. I'm like, ooh, where did that come from? My husband's been laughing at me. I show him. I said, look what I found. I just stuck some glue to hold these in. That's why I like when everything's on wire, you can move it around. Hi, Deborah. So this is going together a lot quicker than I expected it to. So I have this wisteria vine. I thought maybe go around, no, I don't like that, going around the ears. That's too much. Let me hold it up. That too much? All you floral wreath people. Thank you. So is the wisteria around the ears too much? Hi, Tamara. Oh, thank you. What do y'all think? Too much? That's what I thought too, Jan. When I first did it, I thought, nope. I mean, the thought was, that would look pretty, but after I did it, I thought, no. So this ribbon has carrots all over it, and it's a wired edge. So I'm just going to make some loops. Let's see. I'm not the best bow maker. Ask me to sew you a bow. I can do that. But I dabble. Oh, those aren't going to cut that at all. So I'm just going to gather this up in the center and tie this around for the tails. Oh, I can do a video on sewing a bow. I can do that one, no problem. I had one on my other page, but, you know, that was stolen, so. I'm just going to pull these loops apart. And if it seems like I'm fumbling, I'm not. I have problems with my hands. Those of you who don't know. Some days they work, some days they don't. And today's not a day they're working very well. Okay, twist this around so all the carrots are showing in the front. Just a simple bow. We're going to stick it in somewhere, maybe. Maybe off to the side. I have a piece of wire that we cut off. Oh, that's nice, Julie. You're making sprays for your parents' graves. That's really nice. So I'm gluing this floral stem into my bow, and we're going to stick it into the wreath. Oh, you're doing yard work? Tony did yard work today. He cut our grass. It was really bad. Hi, Ronnie. Welcome. This is the Creative Crafters Assemble group. Gia is our host. And I'm making a bunny wreath. This is a spring event. And I'm going to stick this off to the side. So I know I'm probably driving some of you wreath makers crazy because of the way I'm doing this. Thanks. When we moved here, we had so many leaves, and my husband is a fanatic about the yard. They were driving him crazy. He could not wait to get out there and get this yard cleaned up. And then there's overgrowth of brush in the backyard. That's driving him a little crazy also. My husband's one of those people that if one blade of grass gets higher than the next, the whole yard's got to be done. Or if a dandelion shows up. One dandelion, the yard needs done. So that is what we have. So this is done, and we have time yet. I don't think I'm putting these Easter eggs on it, but we're going to go back to these carrots, and we're going to finish those. So those of you who hopped on late, we're going to make these carrots. He fell on the floor. Where did I put that grass? There's some. I think I buried it down here. I did. So those Dollar Tree treat bags that have this top, we cut the top off and cut the two pieces in half. I don't know where the half went now either. Why is it I lose something on every single live? Oh well, we'll finish this one up. I keep getting a phone call from GTE. I don't know what that is. And they're going crazy calling me today. Where did I put that other carrot? Oh, well, you don't want to watch me search for it. So, we're going to grunge up the ribbon that came out from one of the ties. And it's just instant coffee. I just want this to get dark so it's not such a lime green color. And we're going to put it on our carrot. I know, I have one of those. A gremlin keeps stealing my stuff. Every video, he takes something. I have no idea. So we stuffed this with fiberfill, and it's still a little damp. And I took one of these grasses from Dollar Tree, and I just take several pieces of the grass and pull it apart, just so I get just a couple. And I don't use the stem at all. So when you take this apart, this actually is one long piece. So we're going to stick this inside. And I'm going to put some glue on it. There's a stem there that needs cut off. And I'm just putting glue right around the stem. And you have to watch because this burlap is really, has a lot of holes in it. And we're going to take our ribbon and wrap it right around and cinch it. Hi, Kayla. Oh boy. That's why we have our children young, Jody, so that we don't get wore out so fast. The grandchildren, they wear us out. So I'm pulling this really, really tight. And just knotting it. That's all I'm doing. And my tip needs sewed. Hi, Debbie. So this needs glued a little bit more. I always forget to use these things until after I've burned myself. So that's how you take a Dollar Tree treat bag, cut it down the sides, glue it, stuff it, add some coffee, and put some grass, and you have carrot. So out of one bag for $1.25, I think there's 6 or 8. So you get 2 carrots out of every bag. And then this you just throw in your fabric stash to use later for something else. So that needs some cinnamon on it. This isn't a true burlap. It has like an acrylic in it. So you have to rub your cinnamon into it and grunge it up really good. So if you want to make some carrots really at a reasonable price, go grab some of those treat bags. I'm going to rub it on this ribbon too. Wish I could find that other one. I'd do it again. Hey, Deborah. How are you? Hi, Sandra. Oh, thank you. Well, that's good that he's a happy baby. We want happy babies. So we could put some Excelsior on the top of this. We could put some Spanish moss. Here's another bag. We'll just do this one. These are the treat bags from Dollar Tree. Let's do this one a little different. Let's cut it in half. We're cutting this sewn seams off. Pulling those ribbons out. I should have pulled them out before I cut them, but that's fine. We can still use it. So we have 2 carrots now. Now y'all saw me set that right there on that table. And this green and white, we're going to fringe from the top all the way to where it attaches to the burlap. Oh, no, Donna, you are fine. I'm glad you came. So, I'm going to take this interfacing off. The reason I'm doing that is I left it on a couple of carrots and it didn't, it turned really funny when I tried to stuff it. It almost, I don't know, melted or something when I put the coffee on it. I'm going to grab my dryer so I can dry this one. So this does take a lot of coffee. You can also put the granules on here to give it more of a dirt look. So this is cinnamon and nutmeg and all kinds of spices mixed in that one container. So I'm just rubbing it in to make it really, really grungy. And we're going to dry it. Grace, thank you. First day of spring, isn't that nice? I say it's about time. I'm tired of the cold weather. We moved south to get away from all that cold weather. I'm just cutting some strings off. Tony says we didn't move south far enough. So I'm just rolling this over onto where I put the glue. Looks like rain. Yeah, my mom in Pennsylvania, she's been telling me how bad the weather's been up there. Just trimming up those loose threads. Let's dry this a little more. Thank you. I'll show you the bunny wreath in a moment. Okay, we're going to stuff it. And I'm just using fiberfill. Oh, thank you. Yeah, for $1.25, you can get a whole bunch of them. So you can always take something pre-made and make something else out of it. So since we fringed that green fabric, we don't need to add that grass in there because this will be our carrot top. So I went almost to the top. I threw it on the floor. I'll pick it up later. So we're going to take our ribbon, which I didn't grunge. Now anything that has acrylic in it, your ribbons or a polyester, does not grunge very well. Your muslins, your cottons, they'll grunge instantly. But like this, it takes a little bit of work. You have to rub it in and do it several times because it has an acrylic in it. And we're just going to tie this off. Now we could use jute to tie it off too. To tie it really tight. And then when I use jute, I like to untwist all those strands and pull them apart. This one has 3 strands. It just makes it a little bit more primitive. And you can also spray your coffee on the jute too, and it'll darken it. See how that gets a little more grungy looking? Oh, thank you. So there's another carrot. All out of a Dollar Tree treat bag. So now we have enough to make one more. Yeah, you like to pull it apart too? Yeah. It just gives it a little bit different, another look. So you can even go any further and pull each one of these strands apart just by untwisting them. Now I've tried using, I have a dog brush that I use on my stuffed animals, the faux fur. Well, all I did was pull everything apart. But you can go one step further and untwist every one of these, because it's just a whole bunch of fibers that's been twisted together. So find out which direction it's twisted. There we go. So you can pull all these apart. And see how hairy that starts to look? Is hairy the right description? I don't know. It is now. So just pull all of this apart. And then when you get it all pulled apart, then you can trim it off. And you get that look. Well, there you go. You make carrots out of them. When I had the thrift store, I made these in bunches, just like we put on the wreath. And I couldn't keep them made. Thank goodness there was a Dollar Tree next door to my shop. Because I sold them 3 in a bundle. And I couldn't keep them made. So up after me is Crafty Fox by Tamara. So stay tuned. You can just, if you're on the Creative Crafters Assemble page, just pull the screen down to refresh it. But there's a simple, cheap carrot. Now you can use paper shred to fill these carrots. I mean, you can cut up plastic grocery bags and shove down in there to make it even cheaper. So the paper shred from your paper shredder, you can use in a lot of crafts to stuff things with. If it's never going to be laundered, you can use your paper shred. And here is our wreath that we made. All out of a wreath, a bunny form. That I have no idea where I got it from. But this jute on here is really heavy jute. I got it at a farm store that was near my thrift store. So, but this too can be untwisted and pulled apart. There's 5 strands on this one. Thank you, Ronnie. So just pull it apart. It looks better. If I'm going to leave the jute, especially this heavy jute, all together, I like to take it and put a knot at the end. Oh, thank you, Dorothy. So I'm not a wreath maker. I'm a sewer, basically. But I dabble in wreath making or flower arranging. But I do crafting and mostly sewing. But there, we pulled it all apart. Now, I probably will trim these down. Oh, thank you, Gia. Gia, thank you for having me. This was fun. Now that I'm not working anymore, I plan on getting into more events. Let's trim that down. I think that's too long. I just have to find all my stuff. It's all packed away. We moved from our house because it had issues, and an inspector said we couldn't live there while the work was being done. So we got another house. And before the papers were signed, black mold was found in it. So we got out of that and moved everything into storage. And this was all at Christmas time. And we stayed at a hotel over the holidays. And then we found this house. So while the other house is all being repaired, which I don't think we're going to keep. There's a bad taste in our mouth. There, that looks better, trimmed down. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Kay. Your yarn, yep. You can also, thank you, Wanda. I didn't see you hop on here. You snuck in. You can also use your little pieces of fabric scraps. But that is that. Go watch Tamara with the Crafty Fox. I will be there. I just cannot comment. I'm being punished. God bless all of you. Thank you, Gia. This was fun. And I will see you. Well, I'll be there. Maybe you'll see me. I don't know. God bless you.